enhance youth development. Registration will take place in all the 168 political wards in Taraba State. Registration starts 31st of March 2025. Venue: all local government secretariats across the state. Don't miss out. Register your youth groups today and take a step towards unlocking your full potentials. Join us and let's build a brighter future for Taraba youths. Ambassador Emmanuel George, JP, SSA, Youth Affairs, Announcer.
No matter how long you live, you cannot learn it all. You can only do your best because...
And on Some TV, and we are live on Facebook at Some TV and on YouTube at Some TV Live. Today with me, I have an amazing team with me here all the way from Jalingo, and they call them the Sharp Nation crew. So Sharp Nation, you guys are welcome to our studio today, and you're welcome to What's Trending on Some TV. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you today in our show, What's Trending. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, viewers, so our viewers out there, I want to wish you Barakah da Sallah and happy holiday. So before we dive into what's trending on Some TV today, so can you tell us how's the weather today? What's Sharp Nation all about? Can you at least say a little about Sharp Nation? Because I can see this your coming is not ordinary. You guys came, you want to mount us today. So can you give us a brief, at least a little about Sharp Nation, what you guys do and what Sharp Nation is all about? Let me start with Mr. Justin. Yes.
So it's a pleasure having us on this particular show, and I'm very, very happy to be here at this point in time. You're actually forgetting that my president is here and commander-in-chief, which is also our CEO.
Exactly.
So I would like to give honor to whom honor is due, so he will talk more about Sharp Nation.
Okay, I'm very sorry for not acknowledging your CEO here. So sir, please, the floor is open. Can you throw a little, just a little about Sharp Nation?
Okay, the Sharp Nation is a group of forward-thinking young mind individuals which are into several things. The concept of Sharp Nation is to refocus the thinking of individuals. We're in a world where everything is done sharp.
Yes,
nobody is waiting for time. So it's a concept that you must get things done, no matter the challenges before you. It's a concept that tries to teach people about resilience, about there is no Everything is yes. No matter the difficult terrain, no matter the difficulty, no matter the situation, get things done. Provide solution. So that's all the concept about the Sharp Nation.
All right, thank you very much, Sharp Nation. All right, viewers, we've heard what Sharp Nation is all about. So let's dive into the hottest topic, viral sensation and trending conversation that we've got people talking about. Our first trend says, woman sneaks into house at 4 a.m. to steal baby from sleeping mother. Wow. Let's get to hear the story before let's hear the story and watch the video before I give my guests the floor to air in their own opinion and suggestion about this trend. A Nigerian woman who has been caught after breaking into a house at 4 a.m. and attempting to steal a baby while the child's mother was asleep. The incident was shared on a popular social media platform, TikTok, where it was revealed that the woman had already picked up the baby before the mother woke up and intervened. Narrating the event, the father of the child explained in the post, "My wife was sleeping with our daughter when the woman tried to take her. As soon as she left the baby, my wife lifted the baby. My wife woke up and quickly pulled her back." The video also captured the woman attempting to explain herself as well. The moment was being confronted over the action. After the footage surfaced online, social media flocked the comment section to share their thoughts and shocking incident about what happened. So viewers, let's watch the story. Don't forget to like, comment on our Facebook page, and also air out your own opinion about what you think about this trend. So guys, let's watch the video and see how the culprit was explaining herself.
My salary to support Pella. If I am out of cash, if I need money, I will call my mom.
How much is your salary?
Actually, that is not a thing to talk about, but I know it's not up to your subscription amount, but it's just something not much, you know, how the country is now. It may affect my work. It may cost my work. It may cost me my work.
I
was not that called earlier. So your husband told me to give you this flower.
Flower?
Yes.
What?
He said you are fasting, so you want to.
Yeah, also Jagaga Bistimo. I will Jagaga be rice before. Come on, Mama J.
Before you put program.
What if we know what if we be one for one?
Yes, it's 40K.
40K. If you rice go for Anja for one, at a woman. And the one put in this stuff, Milataroni, mobile, Timama, with flower, left and go on my dying low. And you know what I'm having fruit to see, not I'm having the best.
Okay, sorry, we have a little ish about the video. So before we find the video, let me give the floor to my guests in the house. Let me start with you, sir, because when we started, did not chip in anything. Let me start with you. What do you have to say about this woman that tries to steal a baby close to her mom that was sleeping?
Well, actually, thank God the woman was caught. Yeah. Because a lot of time you listen to such stories and it end up in a bad notion. So we looking at this story, you find out that if the parents were not alert, this woman would definitely succeed. And if she succeeds in doing this bad harm, we don't know what will be the fate of that baby.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's watch the video and see how the lady was explaining herself.
Mama, hey, Mama, continue. Mama, what's you going to do for you?
Okay, this morning.
What you going to do for you? First bring your money with you and first. Let's first give you, no one die better. You want it for you, no go die better. Opa, leave am first. Opa, leave am first. Opaliban first.
Opabeko. Wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ yàn kọ́ yàn ó kọ́ yàn.
Wọ́n ti pikin. Ẹ má jọ ṣe ṣe, ẹ má jọ ṣe ṣe. Wọ́n ti pikin àbí. O fẹ́ jọmọ gbé àbí wọ́n ti pikin. No go die better. Enter person room 4 o'clock. Enter person room 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 a.m. in the morning. Enter person room. Don't touch me. You don't touch me now. Hey, enter person room. You can't see. Can't see pikin. Oh, yeah, lead down. No go die better. Okunwa number 20. No go die better. Who say you come? Who say you come? Who say you come?
You stay for Okunwa. You go work for Island. I can't enter here.
I can't enter here. You enter person room 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock. Wọ́n lé lẹ́yìn wá ní.
Ajẹ́rọ̀ mi bọ̀ àríkẹ́ lọ sí bàbá.
4 o'clock.
Okay, as we can see in the video, the incident was not something to actually say about. So, sir, are you done with expressing yourself? Okay, let me give the floor to my CEO in the house to air his own opinion about this trend that just ended.
You know, one thing we need to know is there are 3 things I see in this thing. How did the lady get access to where the bedroom and to where the baby is? That's one thing. Number 2 is that this is a call to parents to be careful. Is she a nanny in the house? Is she a gardener? Or what is her role? How did she gain access to where the mother is and the baby is? So, and what is her mission? That's the next thing. If she has succeeded, Mr. Lucky, a member of the Sharp Nation, just said that some of these stories end in a bad light. What is really her mission? What did she want to do with the baby? To kill the baby? To go and sell the baby? So these are all questions that required answer. So it is important for us to know that things like this are happening. We even have issues of baby factories. We have people who don't have baby and are looking for baby to buy at all costs. So it's a call for us to be careful, to know what to do in situations like this.
Okay, thank you very much, CEO. Mr. Jackson, can you at least throw more light and give advice to parents and how to always be cautioned when it comes to your house, not even when it comes to stealing of baby, like armed robbery and all of that. So can you say your own opinion and at least throw a little advice to our viewers out there?
All right. To me, I think everything, just like my CEO has said, everything falls back to security. For you as a parent, you have this responsibility to ensure that the safety of your children are guaranteed. Because you can actually be sleeping. Okay, imagine none of them woke up around that time. It would have been a done deal. In fact, the lady would have succeeded in her mission, and then what she actually planned, it could be also influence of friends from our own peer group also. So people might also be telling her, if you can go and steal that baby, bring it to us, we'll give you so amount of money. And then so you see, the society need to also look out for each other. We need to look out for each other and ensure that all this doesn't happen again. Because I can see maybe the lady is caught up, or maybe the situation around her also warrants that action. So let's look out for each other as well. But security is paramount in everything we do.
Okay, thank you very much, Sharp Nation, for airing your own opinion about this trend. So viewers out there, if you're watching, don't forget to also drop your comments on Facebook what you feel about this trend and all of that. So let's see what our netizens are saying about this. As Rabiu Oluwasan Shegu said, my question might annoy you, but how did she enter the room?
You see, that was the question I was asking.
Yes.
That's the question I was asking. You must talk about security. What he's talking about there is the issue of security. Yes.
So let's be mindful of how we lock our door and the security around us. Mary Ann said, how she enter the room now? Wow. Everybody is just wondering how the culprit managed to get into the house. So we don't know. Some says, the fact that I know her well, okay. Zen said, just one day I saw a lady celebrating her son's 3-year-old birthday. The sad thing was the child was kidnapped at 6 months and she hoped to reconnect back with her son. Child kidnapping is real. Exactly. Debbie said, this is not ordinary. I feel she doesn't know anything about it. Some real witches use people, call their spirit into a house pet and uses them for their evil mission. May God allow us not the devil to use us. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, let's moving on to our next trend. Says, woman rants about husband surprised her with 40K worth flowers, fails to provide food for the kids. Okay, thank God we have men in the house. They can be able to talk well about this. How can you not provide food for the house and you're trying to impress your lady? Okay, let's hear the story before I open the floor for discussion. A Nigerian woman has expressed her frustration online after her husband spent 40,000 on a flower delivery to her while failing to provide food for her and her children. The incident has gone viral on TikTok. Shows the woman ranting as she rejects the surprise delivery. Woman rants about husband surprise her with 40K flower. In the video, the woman's face is visible and as she confronts the vendor who bought the flower to her shop. She made it clear that she will not accept the gesture, stating she could have made herself available and she should know it was a flower being delivered. I don't want flower, she said it, clearly upset. What about the food for me and the kid? He didn't buy food or anything. Flowers, for what? It's semo or rice the kids will... Is it semo or rice the kids will eat? After you give 40K to deliver flour but couldn't use the money to buy rice or foodstuff for me and the kid. The vendor in response disclosed that the woman's husband has paid 40,000 for flour delivery, which further angered the woman. She rejected the flour, emphasizing that while her husband could spend on flour and had failed to provide basic necessity for the family. The post quickly gained attraction online, with many social users express their opinion in the comment section. So viewers, let's watch the video and see how the woman expressed her anger while rejecting the flowers.
I was on a call earlier. So your husband told me to give you this flower. Flower? Yes. What? He said you are fasting, so you want to...
Yeah, also Jagaga be small. Abojaga be rice get for work. Táwọn ọmọ máa jẹ.
Ó bá ti kọ̀ fún iná ni ẹ̀mọ̀ rẹ̀.
Wọ́n dẹ̀ fún inú owó kẹ̀ fi gbé wá fún wa o.
Yes, it's 40K.
40K. Fira rice kò fira oúnjẹ fún wa àtàwọn ọmọ. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ wá ń pè ní ẹ̀ndí stop mi látàrọ ní ìmọ̀ báyìí mi tí bá mọ̀ pé flower lẹ fẹ́ gbé wá màá wá da yín lò. Nínú àwẹ̀ tá a máa fi fruit sínú, tá a máa fi gbogbo ẹ̀ sínú.
No,
ẹ ṣé gan. Ẹ ṣé ẹ bá mi gbé fún padà mi ìfẹ́ flower. Oúnjẹ tá a máa jẹ kò oúnjẹ kò rẹ́ anything. Ó wá ń gbé flower bọ̀. For what? Mi ìfẹ́.
Okay, viewers, you've watched the video and see the woman. So don't forget to also drop your own comment about what this woman did. Was she right or was she wrong? But before then, let me open the floor. Sharp Nation crew. Let me give the floor. Let me start with my CEO in the house first. What do you have to say about this?
In economics, that's what we call scale of preference.
Okay.
When you have plenty need, you draw your scale of preference. And in the scale of preference, that's what we call basic need. Food, shelter, clothing. These three are basic needs, not flour. So if the man has not been able to provide In fact, even the Bible says, who do not provide for his household is worse than an infidel. The man is an infidel. So how could you not provide food, basic needs for your children, and you are buying 40k flour? At least that will buy how many mudus of rice?
Exactly.
So it shows how the priority of the man is not right. So as men, as women, I know these things are both from men and women's side. You will see a lady will go and buy hair for 1.something million naira. And or iPhone. I've seen ladies buying iPhone of 800,000 and squatting in another person's room.
Wow.
So sometimes you wonder how people are not prioritized. How could you have 800,000 naira phone and you are squatting in another person? Go and see plenty of them in Abuja. You understand? Yeah. So people must understand priority. People must put their priority right. People must understand that these things, you must understand what are your priorities, and you must be able to set your priority right. It is when you set your priority right, you understand what is important per time. There are certain things that when you are not up to having it, don't. You see, one of the problems we have with a lot of people is that you want to compare yourself with others. Exactly. Maybe they were somewhere now arguing and somebody bought 40k flour for his own wife and order a delivery man to go and deliver it. And he too, in the quest to show off and show the people that he too, he can do it. But he doesn't know maybe that other person, he has a car for his wife, his children are going to a good school, they have food in abundance in their house. Exactly. So you don't need to, you are not in competition with anybody. Yes. If you don't have that capacity, take care of what is the basic need. Because for you not to take care of basic need and you are busy buying flour, it shows that you don't have priorities.
Exactly. All right, thank you very much to you for your own opinion. Mr. Lucky, can you also add to this? You're a man, and how would you feel if, okay, let's put it in your shoes.
Actually, if I understood this story, that 40k is delivery fee.
Yes, just the delivery money.
The actual cost of that flour.
We don't even know.
We don't even know the actual cost of that flour.
Okay.
Because the delivery man may not know the price of the flour.
In normal sense, as a man, your first priority is your family. They are feeding, they are clothing, and they are shelter. And if you feel you want to show love to your wife by going extra, by purchasing a flour to make the season look good to her, and you cannot provide these 3 key items, I think you're wrong as a man. You're wrong. So sometimes you, like the boss said, sometimes you want to compare yourself with others, which is very, very wrong. You should always look at your income and what you can do. And your first priority is providing for your family. If you cannot provide for your family and you go the extra mile of purchase flour for your wife, I think you have done the wrong investment. Because it's an investment, but he did it in the wrong way.
Exactly. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Lucky. Let me hear from Mr. Jason.
Okay, in my own perspective, I think I'll support the man.
Okay.
I'll support the man. Okay. Now, it could be that his friend actually purchased everything and then paid for the delivery. But then the woman doesn't know that it was his friend that bought it. Now, you know, my CEO has this habit, when you go out with him, anything he eats, you will eat the same thing. He doesn't have that segregation that, I know you are my staff, so you should eat lesser than me. No, anything you want to eat, eat. Yes. So imagine you saw me making video, eating chicken, eating this thing, and then drinking. So you now come and say, so your salary now you're using it to eat all these things. And you don't know, you didn't actually ask question.
Yes.
Whether it was who bought the things for me. So, but then I think if he actually used his money to buy it, it's wrong. But then if it's someone that bought it for him and then he decided, okay, I think my wife deserves this thing, then he gave the wife's address, is good. But then if someone actually advised him to use his own pocket money to do that, while his house, everybody's on, they're almost dying of hunger there, then he's wrong. Yes, so That's my own view about it.
Okay, thank you very much, Sharp Nation, for airing us your own opinion. All right, viewers, you've heard from my guests in the house. As a man, you know what to do. Like, they shouldn't be telling you, do this, do that, do that. You know you don't have food in the house and you're paying 40,000 naira delivery. Okay, let's see what our netizens are saying about this. At Abby_me_Shola said, her husband will never do this again. Just appreciate and call him later and said, you guys need food stuff. Okay. At Gimini said, you're not supposed to tell her the price.
That's the delivery guy.
Yes.
Because that anger had the mom.
At Perfume Vendor in Lagos said, what happened to food tray or a basket of fruits? Talk.
But you know something. This is common with women. Whenever you buy something for a woman and you give her the price, she would definitely, even if she likes that thing, and the price is very high, she would definitely kink against it.
Me now, let me. I have experience in this more than all of you. I don't buy things for my wife. I give her the money. And she preferred it.
Yes.
So, because why did I do that? Anytime I go and buy something and bring, she say, they have cheated you. She said, they have cheated you. This thing in market is like this. You understand?
Yes,
sometimes she can go and buy it more expensive, but as long as I'm the one that bought it, so I now decided, okay, if that's the case, take the money. So I give her the money. If the money is 20,000, sometimes I make it double, 40,000. So no problem, no fight, nothing. There is peace.
We are good.
So sometimes actually women are like that. So what? And if I needed to do anything, if she asks me how much did you buy this, I would say it's not your problem. So to avoid issue of they have cheated you. So because as a man, there are certain times that you just see something and you just feel like buying it, taking it home. So what I do in those situations where I decide, maybe I entered the supermarket, I saw something and I bought for either the children or I bought for her or I bought for the house. So in that case, when I get to the house, anybody that asks me for the price, I will not tell them. To avoid the situation of saying they cheated me or it's too expensive, like that. So actually what you say is correct. Women have that habit of always thinking as if they're the one that know. I know me, maybe because of my busy nature. I don't even go to the market. I prefer going to supermarket where this is the price and I pay for it. Because if I go to the market, for instance, with my wife, because of maybe 100 naira discount, we could go to about 4-5 shops. Pricing. And eventually, for me as an accountant, I look at value of money. My time is money.
Exactly.
If I need to go and negotiate something, then it should be something of value. Something I will get good discount. But for me to go around the market and negotiating for something that eventually I'm going to get 100 naira discount, it doesn't worth it. It doesn't worth the time. It doesn't worth the energy. It doesn't worth the strength, the stress.
Yes. So you're saying this because you're a CEO.
No, it's not like that.
Us like this, that we can't talk like that. All right. Also, our netizen said, die yourself. But let's not lie. She's honest. Food stuff, no day. Now flour you they bring. Okay. Food vendor in Oyo Ekiti said, tell her the price only triggered her the more. I beg, prices should be confidential in cases like that. Her reason for rejecting the flour valid, but the refund. Okay, viewers, don't forget to always drop your comments and let's hear your own opinion about what you think about this trend. Keep watching Some TV. You can also, there will be a number display on our screen. You can also call to air out your own opinion about this. But let's moving on to our last but not the least trend. Says Nigerian soldier vows to use salary to support Pella. He says he will call his mom if funds runs out. Okay, let's get to understand this trend and watch the video before we say any other thing. A Nigerian soldier has vowed to use his salary to support popular TikToker Pella, adding that if his funds runs out of cash, he could call his mother for financial help. This promise was shared in a viral post on TikTok, while the soldier expressed his intention to financially back Bella with his earning. He further stated that he could exhaust his fund in the process. He could reach out to his mother for assistance. In his words, "My salary to support Pella. If I'm out of cash, I will call my mom." When asked about his salary, the soldier declined to disclose the amount, explaining that discussing could potentially jeopardize his job. His statement sparked a wave reaction in the comment section, where many individuals shared their opinion on what he said. So viewers, let's watch the video and see what how the soldier was expressing himself.
My salary to support Pella. If I am out of cash, if I need money, I will call my mom.
How much is your salary?
Actually, that is not a thing to talk about, but I know it's not up to your subscription amount, but it's just something camouflaged and not much. You know how the country is now. It may affect my work. It may cost my work. It may cost me my work.
Okay.
Not up to subscription. Let it just be. But I'm going to support him. You know, even with the last savings I have, with, you know, I recently broke my phone recently on an ambush. I've saved some money to get it repaired, but I'm going to add the money, my salary to support.
All right, viewers, we've heard from the horse's mouth. So let me open the floor for my guests in the building to air out their own opinion about this. Let me start with Mr. Lucky by my left-hand side. What do you have to say about this soldier that he's willing to sacrifice his salary for just the content creator online he just met?
Pella is not just a content creator.
Okay.
If you are active on TikTok, you believe with me that Pella, as of Nigeria, as a setting, Pella rule TikTok in Nigeria.
Okay.
Because we have big celebrities like Davido, Wizkid. They want to be on Pella's live. And I have seen so many videos whereby Pella will offer a lady 2 million, 1 million for a follow. The lady will say it's better he follow her back than that money. That's what is happening on TikTok. You say, I will give you 1 million naira or follow you back. The lady will say, follow me back is better. So I don't actually know how this TikTok work. But somebody told me one time that if Pella follows you back, your own don't better for TikTok.
Okay.
Because at that moment your video will start going viral. Even if what you're doing is not even educative, it's just comedy, it will start going viral. Now we have so many examples. This lady, this Jarvis, when she came on board, she started doing video on TikTok. Immediately they started exchanging interaction with Bella. Immediately she blew. Immediately her followers increased.
Okay.
The same thing with Davido. The first day Davido had live with Bella on TikTok. Before you know it, it has
gone viral.
Davido had become very viral on TikTok.
Okay.
So, and I noticed something with our men in front. Most of the time, if they don't have anything doing, they do a lot of TikTok videos. If you are on TikTok, you see a lot of personnel doing TikTok. Yeah. So many people will not understand what this guy is saying. But if you're on TikTok, you understand that the guy is trying to draw the attention of Pella. If Pella can come and invite me for his life, I know that I will get a lot of attention.
Yes.
I think that was what the guy is looking for. He's looking for Bella's attention.
Exactly.
And then if he can get that attention, his account will also grow very well.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Lucky, for your own opinion. Before we go to our CEO, let me hear from Mr. Jason.
Okay.
What do you have to say about this soldier?
Pella actually is a big name on TikTok. I remember when he had live with Tiwa Savage. Within an hour, they made over 100 million naira.
Wow.
To the point that Tiwa Savage promised and vowed that she's going to cook for him and bring it to his house. To tell you how
happy she is.
And also how happy she was to express her own joyful moment also with him. So Pella actually is not just maybe let's say a TikToker that other people look at him to be. He's an influencer. Once you release your music today, you want to actually hit the globe involving. And I'm telling you, just dancing to your beat alone is something. I'm telling you. And before you know it, you will also be getting endorsement from here and there. Things people will be calling you like that. So Pella is not just a TikToker alone. Pella is something else on the internet, and it's making us happy because at least Nigeria is leading. As so far as TikTok is concerned, yes, we are actually number one.
All right, thank you very much. CEO, can you say something about that?
You need to also understand the background of what the guy is saying. Pella also came up with a controversy recently of his support of the Tinubu administration. There was this 30 days, ranting?
Yes,
rant challenge. And he won everybody as the controller of TikTok. I said, go and run in Instagram. Don't run here, don't run in TikTok.
The guy is in charge of TikTok. As long as Nigeria is concerned, he's in charge of TikTok.
You understand? Yes. He was warning people, and say, go and run on Instagram, go and run there, go and run there. So as my colleague said, one thing about the internet is use your brain. What the guy is trying to do is he's trying to use his brain. He's trying to get attention of Pella. He knows that, you see they asked him how much is his salary. He was able to talk about how much is his salary. So you know that the matter is not his salary. The lady asked him a straight question, how much is your salary? He said, you see. Because the matter is not his salary. The matter is about getting the attention of Pella. And if he succeeds in getting attention of Pella, sometimes some people say what Pella have is grace. Okay. Because sometimes I watched him a lot. I sometimes used to wonder, what is this boy really doing?
I
don't know whether you have asked yourself, what is this boy really doing? You understand? Yes. Because after seeing what he does, what has someone called Charlie? I don't know, I don't want the English name for Charlie, like somebody who just does comedy. Yes. You understand? Sometimes the thing he said sometimes look unreasonable. But you see, that unreasonable thing is what Nigerians are looking for. Nigerians don't want people who are too serious. You understand? Yes, Nigerians don't want people who are too serious because our problem is too serious. So people just need, So for me, that's why as far as internet and Facebook, Instagram, social media completely is concerned, just know what works for you and stick by it.
Exactly.
For me, that's what Pella has to understand.
And let me say this. There's this game they play on TikTok. I think as long as Nigeria is concerned, Bella ruled that game because he has defeated everybody that he plays that game. Recently, he played the game with one guy called King of TikTok, who defeated him. Do you know that whenever they play that game, the player makes not less than 10 million. Wow. So if Pella can give this soldier a chance to play that game, do you know how much is 10 million compared to his salary? It's like 10 years salary. So I think he's looking for Pella's attention. And how I wish Pella would give him that attention so that he will make his heart wish. At least he has given him that attention and he will be happy.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you very much, Sharp Nation. Pella, you're really moving. Oh, don't worry, we'll invite you to our show one day so that us to what's trending can go viral on TikTok. All right, thank you very much, Sharp Nation, for airing out your own opinion. Viewers out there, don't forget to drop your comments. Also, drop your own opinion about what you feel about this trend. Let's see what our netizens are saying about this. At Osama said, now this kind of soldier suppose they war. Suppose die for war front. Alright, at Sound Killer said, this guy too mumu. Okay, you should calm down for this soldier, I beg. At Obwori said, this guy must win Mumu of the Year award. Okay. Alright, viewers, we've come to the end of today's episode of What's Trending on Some TV, the Pulse of the Nation. So before I go, I want to appreciate my guest in the house, Sharp Nation, for coming all the way from where you guys came from. I want to say thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for having you in the studio, and we will look forward to have you more and more and more in the studio. Thank you very much, guys. And permit me to also appreciate our producer and person of James Atta Emmanuel. You can follow us in line of other